okay, so we've got this gardening company here set up by Yolanda and Emyr, and this is how they sort of charge for the work that they do. And it says then in part A, calculate the charge for a gardening job that takes 2¼ hours. So, you know, to start with here, there's a standing charge of £15, okay? So that is applied regardless of how much work they do, okay? So it's important to recognise that with that word standard charge, it is a standard, okay, that they set for every job. Just for turning up, they're charging £15 because obviously they've got costs, haven't they, to get to the job, okay? Got to drive there maybe, okay, and take some time. So they start off with charging £15 for not doing anything, just for turning up. Then it says add a fee of £10 for every complete hour worked. Well, there's 2 hours, isn't that complete? Okay, so 2 hours would lead to a charge of 2 times £10, okay, which would work out to be £20, okay. And then add an additional fee of 20 pence for every additional minute worked. Well, every additional minute worked would be in this quarter of an hour, isn't it? And of course, quarter of an hour is 15 minutes, okay. So that would be 15 minutes times, well, each minute is 20 pence, okay. So you'd work that out there, 15 times 20, okay. Now, of course, I'm putting here my total here in pounds, okay. So you've got to be careful here because this isn't going to be in pounds, isn't it? This is going to be in pence. So when I work this out, and it's easy to work this out, isn't it? Because I just do 15 times 2, yeah? Okay, 15 times 2 is 30, and then add the 0 on, so that'd be 300 pence, okay? Change that to pounds, of course that will become then £3, okay? I'll put that in my total, okay? Because there's 100 pennies in a pound, so there's 300 there, so we've got £3 in total. So we've got that there, okay? So we can add them up to work out what we've got. So adding the units up becomes 8. Adding the tens up there becomes, what do we get? 1, 2, 3, yeah? So £38, okay? Now, it says then in bullet point 4, multiply the total charge so far by 2. Okay, so the total then bill will equal to 38 times 2. And when I work that out, I get £76 as my final bill. Okay, right, now, in part B, it says the fourth bullet point in calculating the charge reads multiplying the total charge so far by 2. Why do you think this is included in Emyr and Yolanda? Well, I think if you look here, the fact is there's 2 of them, isn't there? Okay, so they both need to be paid, yeah, for the work. They both need to be paid for the work, so that's why we times them by 2. It says then, write a formula for working out the total charge T pounds for gardening that takes H hours and M minutes. So we need to go back to the charging criteria here for that, right? And we need to just appreciate then that, well, T represents the total charge, yeah? Okay, they've given us that letter here. And notice it's in pounds as well, right? Okay, so to begin with, they always charge this 15, don't they? This 15 is always there, this standing charge. We'll put that there, and that's in terms of pounds, isn't it? So that's okay. I can write £15 there. Add then, okay, well, £10 for every complete hour worked. Now, H is representing the number of hours, as it says here, okay, that takes H hours. So if it takes H hours, okay, well, each hour is they get £10, so I've got to times however many hours by 10, so that will be 10H, okay, whatever H is. So in general, we'll have 10 times H there, number of hours. And then, okay, we've got then the additional minutes, 20 pence for every minute, okay. So we'll be timesing 20 pence by M. Now what I'm going to be careful of there is I write it as 20 pence, okay, times M, because remember we want all this in terms of pounds. Now that's in terms of pounds, that's in terms of pounds because that's £15 and that was £10, but this is pence. So we've got to have a consistent formula. So on the next line, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this so it's in terms of pounds. So 20 pence will be 0.20. Okay, so I'll have that then as my final formula to work out the cost. All right. Part C then, it says Yolanda notices that there is a problem with the method for calculating the charge. So they spent 2 hours with Mr. Rees and 1 hour and 55 minutes with Miss Almanda, but Mr. Rees paid less. Explain why this happens. Well, if you think about Mr. Rees will pay, okay, he'll pay the £15, a standing charge, plus then the, well, he's 2 hours exactly, isn't it? So that'll be 2 times 10, which is 20. So he's going to pay £35, okay, Mr. Rees. Okay, so Mr. Rees pays £35. But when it comes to Miss Yolanda, well, she pays £15, yeah, the standing charge. She has 1 whole hour, which is £10, and then 55 minutes. Now remember, every minute is cost 20 pence. So we've got to do 55 times 20. Okay, and when you work that out, well, 55 times 2 is 110. Add the 0, 1,100. So that's pence. So that will be then £11. So when you add that on, £11, it comes to £36. So indeed, Miss Amanda pays £1 more. Okay, based on this formula.